Hi, and welcome back to my channel. It's good to see you again. Today's class will be about words that are often confusing to everyone, including native English speakers. This is part 10 already of a series I am making about confusing words. So if you need help with certain vocabulary, let me know and I will write it down and talk about it in our next video. Today, I planned to focus on how to use the words still, yet, and already, but I very quickly realized that each of these words deserve a lot of respect and maybe their own video. So today we will cover the word still. Then next week will most likely be yet. Then maybe the week after that will be already. You will use these words a lot because they are adverbs of time, which help with exact timing, so when something happened. We will also look at words that are similar and find other alternatives to help make things clearer and a little more logical. That technique has always helped me when I was learning German. This class is a little more advanced, so if you are a beginner, of course, you can listen and learn. Just pause when you need to. Let's get started and bring you one big step closer to English fluency. So, what exactly is still? It's not only a conjunction, a noun, and an adjective. It's also an adverb of time, which means it helps answer the questions how long, when, how often, how soon, and how late. When using still as an adverb, the phrases that can best describe the definition are continue to be, remain, or simply again. These are the closest alternatives you can use without really changing the meaning of still. We will look at these in more detail in just a moment. The first explanation we will look at is when talking about situations or events that started in the past and are still happening now. Let's start with using still with adjectives. The sentence structure usually looks like this: subject, be, still, adjective, information if needed. With the verb be here, remember, I am, you are, he, she, it is, we are, and they are. And adjectives describe nouns, so we will use words like happy, tired, thirsty, etc. And remember, you don't have to memorize this. This is terrible. Don't do that to yourself. Very soon, you will naturally say it without even thinking about it. Practice 10 minutes every day with this word, then you'll be good in a week or two. Let's make some sentences. So, we know how to say the cat is hungry. We have our subject, the cat, be conjugated to is because he, she, it, s comes with, and our adjective, hungry. Let's use the same sentence with still. The cat is still hungry. Okay, so what is the difference here between the cat is hungry and the cat is still hungry? Both sentences are grammatically correct, but if I only said the cat is hungry, then I am not giving any context about how long it has been hungry. I am just telling you information about the cat's condition with no other data or evidence. And sometimes that's all the information you need. You notice, oh, the cat is hungry, and you simply feed the cat. When you say the cat is still hungry, then I have a much better idea of how long it has been hungry. I start to think, oh, maybe I forgot to feed it in the morning. So when I come home on my lunch break, the cat will still be hungry. It's hungry now and has been hungry for a little while. This answers the how long and when questions because, now I remember last feeding it yesterday evening, for example. If you don't really like using the word still this way, that's no problem. A lot of people use the alternatives I mentioned earlier, and they are just as common as still. Let's take a look. The cat continues to be hungry. The cat remains hungry. The cat is hungry again. All right, let's do some more examples. The bananas are still ripe. Yes, this sounds a little funny explaining it, but the bananas started being ripe, meaning ready and safe to eat, and will continue being ripe for a few days. This also answers the question, how long? Because you have a general idea of how long bananas stay ripe. And the way you say the sentence can answer the question, how soon or how late, depending on your tone. The bananas are still ripe, which can be understood like, yeah, you have a lot of time. The bananas are still ripe. Yeah, okay, you should eat them soon. And the bananas are still ripe, meaning maybe you should eat them now or make some banana bread because the recipe uses overripe bananas. Okay, let's compare this to the bananas are ripe. This tells me the bananas are yellow and I can eat them. Again, sometimes that's all the information I need. Maybe I'm hungry and I want to eat a banana. So knowing if it became ripe yesterday isn't exactly important information for me. This one word can tell you so much information, it's incredible. And it saves you the time of formulating complicated sentences to explain what you want to explain. For example, now you don't have to say, the bananas have been ripe since yesterday and will continue to be ripe until the end of the week. It's really great. It's a fantastic word. Let's do a couple more quick little examples. You are still tired. He is still angry. They are still busy. And champagne is still expensive. Very nice. This structure helped us describe nouns like cat, bananas, and people. So let's describe some verbs. All right, we have subject, still, main verb, information if you want. Okay, this is the first of a couple ways to describe verbs. I'm showing you this way first because the second one you already know. We use this structure mostly with stative verbs. These are special verbs we almost always say in the present tense. And more good news, you know these too. Let me show you. Toilet paper still costs more than before COVID. You still look so young and full of life. I still remember my first day of school. With these sentences, we use still the same way, thinking about something that started in the past and is still happening now. We can also use still to talk about things that are continuing longer than you expected. Let's look at the sentences again. Toilet paper still costs more than before COVID. Yeah, it's been a few years now, and I expected the price to go back down already. You still look so young and full of life is a real compliment. After all this time, you still look so youthful while most people grow wrinkles and maybe need glasses, etc. I still remember my first day of school. This means I started kindergarten in 1997, and more than 2 decades later, I still remember my teacher, the things that I did, and where my school is. Normally, people might forget the street their school is on or what they ate for lunch on their first day. Let's look at the other way we can make sentences using verbs. Subject, auxiliary or helping verb, verb plus ing, and information if you want, but not always necessary. Okay. She is waiting at the bank. Does this look familiar to you? If it does, good job. This is the present continuous or the present progressive tense. All we need to do now is add the still before the main verb. She is still waiting at the bank. So this is another situation that is happening for longer than you expect. It also started in the past and is continuing now. He is still waiting in traffic. Normally, he needs 20 minutes to get to work, but an hour later, he is still waiting. Using an alternative can be, he continues to wait in traffic, for example. They are still talking on the phone, and we are still eating dinner. Good. You can make many sentences like this, and it tells the listener, oh, yeah, that's a long time. Great. The hard part is over. Let's enjoy using still to talk about unexpected outcomes or results you didn't think would happen. This is mostly said in the past tense because we are talking about results. So we'll keep it nice and easy and focus on the simple past, not the past progressive. The sentence structure is a little flexible here because the first half of your sentence will give information, and in the last half, we will use the word still. So we'll look at each sentence in more detail. Okay, it was really stormy outside, but the kids still went out to play. Still comes before the verb, just like in the other examples. This is unexpected because most people would stay inside when there is thunder and lightning outside. She didn't feel so good, but she still went to the party. Yep. Normally, when you are sick, you might want to stay home and rest. One last example is they weren't really hungry, but they still ate a full dinner. Usually, people would have a little snack or wait until they were hungry. All right, really good job. This is all you need to know about still as an adverb of time. Let's cover negative sentences and questions. Negative sentences have the word not in them. Let's use our past examples. The cat is still not hungry. The bananas are still not ripe. She still didn't go to the party. As you can see, not comes in between still and the adjective or verb, and it will always be like that. Still not working, still not sleeping, still isn't answering the phone, etc. If you'd like, you can write me a few example sentences for practice and I can check them for you. Questions are made the same way as usual regular sentences. You switch the verb and subject. Is the cat still hungry? Is the cat still not hungry? Are the bananas still ripe? Did she still go to the party? Okay, still as an adverb is done. Let's look at still as an adjective. Okay, we have two meanings here. We have not moving and relaxed. Slightly different meanings, but you can use them interchangeably sometimes. Let's start with not moving. Let's say you live near a forest in an area that snows in the winter. When you walk through the forest and it begins to snow, in my opinion, if there is no wind, the whole forest becomes quiet and it looks like the trees don't move at all. The trees and plants look so still. Sometimes lakes look very still. You don't see any ripples or waves, so it looks like a mirror. It's really beautiful. If you search online for still life paintings, you will find a lot of objects like flowers and fruit that are not moving. Michelangelo Caravaggio created some really realistic and incredible still life paintings, for example. Nice. The other definition we had was relaxed. After a good afternoon nap, my mind feels still and calm. During an operation, the surgeon's hands must be still, not shaky. I think still summer evenings are the best. Good. Like I said, sometimes you can use these interchangeably. For example, when you are at the dentist's office. If the dentist is working on your teeth, it's best to take deep breaths and stay still. Both meanings work here, actually. Even though it's difficult and painful sometimes, it's important to stay calm and not move. Fantastic. All we have left is still as a noun. There is one meaning of still you probably will never use unless you work in a brewery. This is a still, and it helps with the distillation process for certain liquors. It distills certain liquors. You might use the other meaning of still a bit more often if you are a fan of photography. A still is a picture that is not moving. That sounds a little funny as well because, of course, a picture doesn't move. But if you are a movie director like Steven Spielberg, for example, you have your finished movie in front of you. For the movie poster or advertisements in a newspaper, for example, he might find one frame or still from the movie that he really likes and use that for the poster. A lot of YouTubers use a still from their video for their thumbnail, which is the picture you see before you click on the video. And that is it. That's everything you need to know about the wonderful word still. I hope this helps you in your future conversations, and I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. I can't wait to see you again soon. So until then, bye!